a bit jealous.
Oh, Sayaka, you get me.
Yeah, this story has been perplexing. Did you sit in my chair and put it up? I forgot.
You're
to
not
put it down.
in your chair.
Oh,
You're
that's
in the
why.
my chair.
That's why I can't put it down.
Yep.
This story has been perplexing, and now it's like starting to make sense somewhat, but in a way that like I kind of don't want it to, because exactly what you thought was true that I was hoping wasn't true ended up being true.
What can I say? I am just really good at telling these kinds of things, apparently. So a lot happened last episode. We got to learn that Toko had a sister, past tense, of course, because she's gone because of an accident. A car accident or something like that, which is so unfortunate.
Yeah.
So Toko basically has to become someone that she is not going to be, right? She used to be this very, like, probably introverted person, and because her sister, and they see all the pressure from her family, be like your sister, be like your sister. So that's one of the reasons as to why she has this mask or facade of like, hey, everyone has to count on me, I want to be special.
Yeah.
Enter you, doesn't think she's special at all, has seen sides of her that only probably Sayaka has probably seen, and like, you is kind of like, I want to be by her side. And it was really kind of heartbreaking in a way because Toko really doesn't want to be loved. She thinks of it as a poison. She thinks of it's really bad. And because she probably thinks, who could love me anyway? I'm supposed to be like my sister. You can't love me unless I'm like her.
Nope.
So it literally, she's like, please don't fall in love with me. So I'm like, oh, snap, well, she did mean that. Meanwhile, Yu's probably very unaware of how she feels. I do think she's in denial. I think she hasn't realized it. My concern for this, since we only have one season, is that if Yu does end up confessing and Toko's just like, I'm out, like, she wants her there, but she doesn't want her to love her.
I kind of think that could happen short term, but I don't think that they're just gonna like get separated and.
That's how it ends, right?
And be away
that's
from
how
each
the
other
anime
forever.
ends. They're like, the separation arc, that's it. Never got any more. But no, this is apparently one of the best Yuri animes, so that makes me think it probably won't be like that. I think it's very interesting, though, because you have this, like, character who has fallen in love with Yu because Yu is just very not interested in someone being special, right? So she's like, let me be for you. But Yu, in turn, is like, hey, I'm not interested, but it's not, but she's like, not, she's interested, but she's not like committing to the full interest, right? She's like, well, if I didn't like it, you know, I didn't dislike it. It's very funny in that way. But for Toko, she really has to understand that she can still be like who she needs to be, but not be like her sister's replacement, right? She can still be very strong and do what she wants to do. And I have to wonder, too, like, obviously now the play is going to happen. Also, we have Kiyomi, I like her. Yu's friend, the writer. I really like her. I hope she does write the play script. But literally, has Toko ever done anything for herself after she became her sister? That's my question. Has she been able to... What did she like before? What was she like before? We see a little bit of her, and I know there's more about her in the manga or whatever. But it's like, that's intense. And there's definitely people I've known that it's like, if you're... be like your older sibling. Why aren't you like your older sibling? I mean, I'm the older one, but, you know. So I've definitely heard, why don't you act more like your sister? But, I mean, it kind of makes sense in some ways. I think
because I'm amazing.
But for
so
Toko...
Be like me.
But for Toko, it's like... She doesn't have to be her sister, right? She can still do all the things and not be her sister. Yeah. She could still have been like a student council president, and maybe she doesn't feel like she had that personality or that persona, which is why she's turned into her sister.
Right.
Or trying to be. She could never 100% be her sister. But when you got all your family being like, why can't you're her now? It's like, what? Don't you be like her? Yeah, I did not like that. So yeah, we had angst. We saw a side of Toko that really is like, don't love me. And I'm like, damn, it's gonna get angsty up in here. Anyway, I have a lot to say. We have comments to read. Yep. All right, we've got, speaking of Kiyomi, we got Ginger Cat. Kiyomi is a talented writer, and her novel was such that you ended up reading it twice. We also learned that though Kiyomi wants to write novels, she's also open to trying from other forms of writing. That's true. Including scripts and plays. Yeah. Toko discovered in her first year that
scripts for plays.
Yeah, for Literature Club, had moved away from a club involving in reading and writing stories to a club that focuses on reading most stories. You lies about not knowing someone who... I know! I was facepalming so hard! But that it gets found out by Sayaka! Who calls her out on it, and that's her worry about Toko, because Sayaka is her son. I know. That was I'm sorry. I know people don't like her, but I just thought that was like the ultimate, like, stay away with the hair just magic. Feels like there's going to be some tension between you and Sayaka going forward. I know. There's going to be. Sai gives you a hint about why Toko wants to do the play. The person who was student council president 7 years ago. Sayaka knows an awful lot.
Yep.
The anime takes a darker turn as you finding out the records of a 7 years are missing, suspects Toko of doing this. You find out with her sister's help that the student council president was Mio Nanami. Learns who Mio confronts Toko. Investigation only appears to be in the anime. In the manga, you go straight to the teacher, whom I assume is a student council advisor, and learned that the president was Toko's older sister Mio, and how Toko is exactly like Mio. The scene where Toko and you at the river, and you talking about Yu's thoughts and mixed together, so it takes a few watches to get it to work. Manga, conversation bubbles,
work out which is which.
Yeah. So the reason you want to relive that play, Toko, yes, I want to do what my sister wasn't able to. Senpai, do you really have to go through the play? Can't you stop? I think you're fine the way you are, Senpai. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be your sister. I mean, it's probably a good thing, but don't you think you're pushing yourself too hard? I worry about you. You don't have to take this far. There are plenty of people out there who'll accept you just the way you are. And there's even people who'd want you to stay like this, I mean. Toko, I'd rather die than be told something else. Manga.
Something like that.
Yeah, whatever. Manga, square boxes, use thoughts. I know the real you. I'd still want to be here by your side. I want to fall in love with you. You don't do it! It's bad, girl. When Toko started talking about Mio's death and afterwards, I wondered if this was the first time Toko had opened up to anyone about Mio's death. After everything said at the funeral, Toko has taken on her sister's persona in order to be her sister's replacement based on her memories of her sister. It feels like every day that has happened, Toko is a mess. Maybe some self-hate too. Yeah, absolutely. And not going to be able to accept someone loving her unless Toko changes. I would say that Sayaka has already worked this out, and you are starting to realize this too, because Sayaka is so smart. She's the best girl, okay?
Is that why?
Yes. We have you thinking that if she can't fall in love with Toko, then she doesn't want to fall in love with anyone, all resulting to you agreeing to sit by Toko's side. Help with the play, not to fall for anyone else, and not grow cold or distant. And the episode ends with Toko's unvoiced thought, please you, don't fall in love with me. See, this is angst!
Flips table.
Yeah, you're gonna
Flips
flip the
it
table.
again.
We got Marshall. Sayaka be like, if you're going to give what Toko wants, then stay away from her. Some of your questions will be answered in this anime. Some will be in the manga, especially what would happen if you confesses. So she doesn't confess in the anime? What? And one where Toko is stepping away. We've got LV, 1, 1, 2, 3. Y'all will soon realize when you and Sayaka differ. I look at this Yuri as pretty healing, honestly. Toko with her identity problems, you with her concept of love, and what she's willing to give to toward it. Their talk with the water is interesting. You catches herself from falling, the hesitation and contemplation, what to do next. Pretty symbolic. I know. When she's like falling, I'm like, girl. Her instinct was to help Toko, but she ended up being compliant as it's safer. It's honestly how I see Sayaka's character too. Compliance is Toko's resistance to change is a risk of losing her, and no one wants to risk it. Yeah, I can see that. Use compliance is somewhat selfish too. Like she said, who else can I learn to love? I fear if she pushes Toko's buttons, she'll end up alone. But you also sees it as a good thing for Toko. If Toko can be partially herself with you, then that's the better if you wasn't there at all, because then Toko wouldn't be herself at all. I believe Toko is catching onto the small changes in you, which prompts her to worry. You'll learn more as you watch, but there's definitely a concept in there that Toko needs to realize. This was definitely one of the more angsty episodes. I look forward to y'all's next one.
Here it is.
Yeah, here it is. Yes. Okay. Yay. So we gotta watch this, or I'm just gonna keep on theory crafting. We'll be here like before the sun sets.
3 hours later.
And we need the good lighting.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
All right, I'm Jenny.
Yeah.
We're watching
Bloom Unto Thee. Yes.
If you'd like to watch our full reaction to this episode, you can join our Podia membership. Link down below. No ponies included.
Oh, Sayaka episode?
Before I met Toko.
So did they like what? Whoa!
There's Toko.
And she like fell all over again. Let me. Oh damn! Oh. Yeah. Aww. She out of the two friends, I like her the best. She's so sweet. Aww. Oh, the teachers. Aww, she's so cute. Oh, a letter confession.
She's friendly and easy to approach too.
Oh, she's fishing.
bit jealous. Oh, pulls hand away. Ooh.
Oh, Sayaka. No, that's not even true. That's what she thinks, huh?
Echo.
Ah, she's there.
Aww.
Aww. Oh! Are they? Oh, Sayaka's very perspective. I can't say the damn word. Okay. Yeah, she's like their conversation, she don't care. She's like zoned in on what's happening there. Aww. Oh. Aww.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't call you that in public.
Yeah.
This is what you call cute. Mic drop.
Why are you surprised?
That would have been her. She had
Oh,
seen
because she
that.
said you. I knew it. The names.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Oh.
It won't be special or concrete. What?
I think she was checking out the. Oh, Sayaka, you get me. Yes.
She was smiling. Now she's not. She's like, what say now?
I think Sayaka needs to see this though, because she needs to know it's okay.
Yes! She's my girlfriend!
Woo! Oh, this is so good for her to hear.
So that's why.
Sayaka.
That's the true reason she went to a different school.
Yeah, she did tell her that it's harder for her to say no to girls. Oh man. Oh.
Happy to have lost. She's like, I enjoy losing to Toko.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Oi! Oi! Yeah, that's what I'm thinking will happen sometime.
Yeah. Oh.
She chased after her. Okay, that episode got dust in my eyes, okay?
Oh.
Like, okay, this is what I do, right? Y'all know, even in Thai GL, if there is another character and she likes one of the main couple, it's just like, I root for her, okay? I really do think that Sayaka and Toko could make a wonderful pair if, Toko was interested in her or she realized maybe... I don't know if Sayaka's gonna confess. Like, I wonder if they would even do anything. Because right now, Toko's just like, she has to see me as anything, nothing else but this, right? But we already know Sayaka sees Toko in another light because she's very perceptive. That's the damn word. So anyway, yeah, so she caught on very quickly that the teacher and the manager are together.
Right.
And she's like... She had it rough. She was with a senpai. Senpai confessed to her. She wasn't sure. She went through. She ended up catching feelings. Senpai's like, let's stop playing around. I hate the senpai.
Oh.
I do not want to see that girl ever again.
Oh.
That's awful to do to someone. And then Sayaka went to the co-ed because she was like, listen, I don't want to have to deal with just girls anymore. Which is fair because she didn't want to fall for another girl. And here comes Toko. And originally she was like, I will surpass. Oh, she's too pretty to
It's not
surpass.
like I'll fall for another girl or anything.
But I like that we got an episode of her, of like the way she feels and the way she's thinking. I really wish she would confess because then she can get closure and then she can move on, right? That's like the best thing you can do. Even if the odds are not in your favor, just confess. And then just whatever. I know that there's more at stake here because maybe they're friendship. I don't think they would. They seem very close.
Right.
Like even Toko's like, you're making me become my ideal self. I'm like, Toko, don't talk like that, please. You're gonna make Sayaka want to confess. I do want her to though.
Right.
But I think it was very healing for her to see like this manager and the teacher, Rico. I don't know the other girl's name, but like that's why I just call her manager. Like those two to see like they're together and they're not hiding it really. And I'm just like that's amazing because the senpai was like it was just a phase. And so yeah, I really liked this episode even though it hurt me a lot.
Yeah, and what I saw a lot in this episode was the kind of dynamics of girlhood. And you see so many, especially older Yuri stories, where it takes place only in school.
Yeah.
And then after they graduate, they're kind of expected to move on and have heterosexual relationships.
Well, yeah, that's the thing in Japan, right? So if you look it up, like, you can see that in Japan, when girls go to school, they call it just a phase. I think it's, like, not so much like that now, but it used to be. That's why
Back
you would
in the
see,
day,
like,
previous
like,
times.
Maria-sama ga miteru, or you would see probably Strawberry Panic.
And I mean, I think that to an extent, not as much so, it was that way here too.
Oh yeah, it's just like, oh, you're just fooling around. You're just not fooling around. You're just like playing whatever,
Just exploring,
and then they are experimenting, and I hate that word, but it's true. And then once you grow out of it, you're gonna get, you'll marry a man.
So there's that part,
Or be with a
that
guy.
aspect to the story of, like, having girlhood experiences that you're expected to maybe grow out of.
Yeah.
And having to come to terms with other people doing that when maybe you don't think that you're gonna grow out of it. But there's also a lot of similar dynamics to the kind of friendships that girls have, of, like, getting jealous. She's spending more time with her. But also, like, I remember one of my close friends when I was growing up that she got a boyfriend, and then, like, I stopped hearing from her. So I think that's a lot of what Sayaka is going through too, is, like, she's worried that if Toko finds someone, if she were to find someone, that then she wouldn't be able to be the closest one to her, and even if she can be friends with her, like, and be close with her in that way, that's at least something that she can claim for herself.
So I think the thing is, like, Sayaka believes that Toko is unattainable.
Yeah.
What if she thought she was? Not, and I'm wondering, like, if that's the reason why she won't say it. She doesn't want to know what they have. And that's a very common thing, especially when girl friendships. I had a friend of mine, and she was like, if I confess to her, it might ruin our relationship. I'm like, well, yeah, but you're miserable either way. So, like, the only way you're going to get over someone, and some people never do, even after confessing and getting turned down, they're still always going to want that, or, like, have feelings for that person. And I think if Sayaka thought that maybe Toko would be, but she's seen her turn down so many people, right? So here's Sayaka, and she can even name the people that Toko has said no to. So why, but I think really interesting is that Toko's like, another girl confessed me. It's so hard for me to turn her down, right? So then Sayaka's kind of like interesting, right?
Yeah.
So part of me is like wants her to kind of like confess, even if nothing happens of it, because then she could potentially move on to someone else or just like have her feelings. That's it.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, and I know it's like not common, but I do really think in another universe, like those two really could. I bet you there's fan fiction. I think Ginger Cat had said that's a favorite pairing, and I can see it because they're both very intelligent, they're very headstrong, and they challenge each other.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but they look really good together. That's all I'm saying.
I think too, like I was talking about having to do with having a romantic relationship between girls, and then they move on, as they grow.
Yeah.
And that's something that Sayaka has gone through. But there's also this sense of, like, if Toko never grows into a romantic relationship with someone else, then Sayaka won't lose her.
Yeah, that's why she doesn't, but that's why you can see, like, she's seeing this slight change, and she's kind of like, what's happening? But she said at the end, she might eventually blurt it out, and I hope she does, because then she can start to heal more. Again, I think it was so healing for her to be like, it's okay, when you get older, you can still be with that girl. I think that's amazing, because Sayaka's, like, in the side where she just was with her senpai, her senpai is a piece of, I'm not going to say it on the video, and, like, what the heck is that? And, she's like, well, you made me like this. I think deep down Sayaka was already like this, but she introduced her what could be, right? And then she was like, oh, senpai! And then, like, nah. And then she's like, okay, co-ed school, I'm not gonna fall for any girl, I'll fall for a guy. She doesn't fall for a guy. She fell for Toko. Even though she's like, I'm gonna surpass her. I just thought that was so great, because she had that determined look, and then she's like, an angel. But I don't know. I like that we got that deep interest, but I like that we got her side of things, how she's feeling. We also did get other sides too. We got how Toko sees Sayaka as well, but it's not really quite like that. We saw how you sees it and how Toko sees you. But it's interesting because Toko with you is just like, she wants to see how fast she can push until something changes. It's like, girl, stop it. You're the one that says, please don't fall in love with me. But yeah. And this episode was angsty too, but like a different type of angst. Because what happened to Sayaka was awful, but not uncommon. Like, two girls get very close, and things happen, and they're together, and look, graduation, bye! and then the other girl's kind of like left with the pieces, and she's trying to like rebuild herself. But yeah, I just, oh man, she's a really interesting character. She's got a lot of depth. And she's not your very typical, like, huffy tsundere, right?
Yeah.
She's got a lot of layers. Like Shiho, she's not your typical tsundere either. She also has a lot of layers. Like, a lot of these characters do have a lot of layers. Yeah. And it's nice to see that side.
It's like when someone puts up walls like that, there's usually a reason why.
Yeah.
Something that happened in the past.
Yeah, well,
I won't say always, because some people are just that way.
Oh, yeah.
But in these kind of stories, peeling back what happened to make these characters so guarded is a really interesting part of a storyline.
Yeah, well, we also saw Sayaka pull away, right? She was getting closer, and then Toko said one thing, and then she's like, oh, really? And then she pulled back. So she's very guarded. But you know what? That's okay. She's an anime, okay? Like, make an anime, please, because she has a novel. Can she, novel? Give her an anime? The side anime? I watch it. But yeah, this is really good. Like, I know this isn't my opinion old. That's not super old yet, the anime, right? You know, it's like 2018, 2019, or what have you. It's got a lot to it, right? And we're like 7 episodes in.
And the art is gorgeous.
Oh, I know.
Like, just the environments that they're in.
Yeah.
They're outside and there's like these beautiful flowers
the
and
shades,
lush
the highlights.
bushes. And then, like, a lot of the tables, like, they literally drew the wood grain into the table. Yeah. They have these elaborate pictures in the background.
Yeah, they put a lot into this. And I really like the voices, too. I really like Sayaka's voice. I've heard that VA before. I don't know from where. We also found out there's a dub, apparently, by the way, so I'm going to find it. I didn't know they dubbed this. It's not often that Yuri anime gets dubbed, so it's kind of like, what? Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited for more. I really do like that we got that, like, view, what she's feeling, what she's thinking. And she wears glasses, too. She's great.
She's just great.
She is. Can we appreciate, too, like, her different faces? Like, I'm sorry. Like, you just need to make Sayaka memes.
Like, you need, like, one of those shirts.
Which day of the week is...
Yeah, all the shirts with the different faces
I'd wear
it. Yeah, you would. You would, like, wear it every week. It just gets washed, and you put that one on first.
It's like, you could have, like, the day of the week and the months of the year, right?
Or you could have a different shirt for every day of the week.
Yes!
A Monday shirt.
Yes! Yeah, all the
different
days. But also you could have the meme one, too, where you see people, like, say, what day of the week are you feeling of this character? Or how about what month of the year you're feeling the faces? She's got a lot of really great faces, okay? Yeah. I appreciate a tsundere that literally has, like, what she's thinking is showing on her face. Because normally they're just kind of like, huh. But no, she's just kind of like, I'm annoyed right now.
I really like those kind of scenes where they have the characters just hanging out together. And when they showed all the characters sitting down, or well, not all the characters, but the main group that was sitting down at the table and at the cafe, I was literally thinking, oh, it looks so nice. They just get to spend time together. And it's like whatever the opposite of loneliness is, that's what I was feeling. Like a sense of togetherness and community. And then, like, the teacher walks in, and it just feels very wholesome and community-oriented. And I literally was thinking, wouldn't it be so nice, like, the people who are watching this with us, if we all sat down at a table together to talk about this? That's what I was thinking of when we were watching it. But it was, like, not enough time to articulate that while watching, so I saved it to share
in all fairness,
at the end.
Then Sayaka realizes that these two girls, she's just staring, like, they're having a conversation, she's like, what's going on over there? But here's the thing, like, she's definitely interested in what's happening, because she wouldn't have been so honed in. She's like, wait, what? What's happening here? Everyone's talking about, like, the play and script, and she's like, wait, are these two, like, ladies together? Like, what's happening? Yeah, I appreciate her bold. That's bold, though, right? For her to go back to the shop and be a manager. And she's like, yes. I'm like, yeah! That's all she needed to know. All right, well, I could gush more about how Sayaka's amazing, but we have things to do.
That was a very high Sayaka heavy. That's what
I love that.
Sayaka heavy episode. I knew you would appreciate it while we were watching it. I'm like Katie's gonna gush about this afterwards and be like, Sayaka's amazing. Sayaka's great. Look at the things she said.
She is.
Look at everything she does in the episode.
She really is, though.
I was going to say does and did. I don't know.
It don't matter.
Anyway,
it don't matter. But yeah, I appreciate that. I don't know if we'll get more with her perspective, but I definitely appreciated like how much they really went into that. And I'm sure the manga probably has even more. But, like, that was amazing. You got to really kind of see what she's going through. Because you can kind of tell, but when you actually hear the character, like, saying, hey, this is how I'm feeling, this is what's going on, and you're just like, oh. And when, you know, Toko starts calling her you, she's like, thinks, what the hell is this?
Right.
No, And then she's like, oh, what if I call her you? And then she's like, nah, it's not proper. So Sayaka likes to kind of tease a little bit.
It's not like it's proper.
But you was like, that's fine. So it's like, you can call it, because, you know, she is a kohai, right? And that's her senpai. Man.
Little you.
Yeah. Sayaka episode. That's the title. This is all Sayaka. The many faces of Sayaka. Sayaka.
Make Sayaka a screensaver with all like the pictures, you know, like where people put on their computer, where like when they leave it has like different pictures coming, but they're all like different faces of Sayaka.
Yes, have the Sayaka. In all seriousness, though, if I could for a second talk about like a probably is not popular ship, I think Kayomi and Sayaka would be cute too, because you have like the other like cute little sort of shy writing kohai, and you know Sayaka, it can be cute.
I don't know. Sayaka has apparently her whole own story, so maybe she has.
We don't know
something.
who she ends up with.
We don't have any clue.
We have no idea. It's okay. I can ship who I want.
Okay.
I just think it's cute. That's all. I'm sure she wasn't paying any attention to her once Rico showed up and she's like, welcome home!
You need a shirt that says, I reserve the right to ship. You need that.
I also need the one, I ship this. The ship is sailing.
The
shipping soon. Yes! With like all the tsunderes on it.
I think that we have some merch to make.
We do.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we gotta make some other stuff happen. So.
Yes.
But.
All right. Thanks so much for hanging out with us while we watch this episode of Bloom Unto Thee.
Unto Thee.
Bloom Unto Sayaka.
I was gonna say that. You beat me to it.
If you enjoyed hanging out with us here and would like to chat in with us live, you can join our YouTube membership. Today is just not my day for articulating letters.
Ponies!
Our YouTube membership Fandom Live, where we have monthly lectures.
We could talk about Sayaka.
Yeah, we could talk about Sayaka. All right. Sending so much love. Until next time.
Laters!